Hi, thank you for joining me at Petra's Happy Place. Today we are going to start the first of the installments of Saturday's Stitches. On this day, every week, I am in hopes to be able to teach you a new stitch. Where I'm getting all of these stitch patterns is from the Crochet Stitch Bible by Betty Barnden. And the first stitch I'm going to start with today is called crossed half doubles. Right here, crossed half doubles. This is what it looks like worked up in this color, and here is the diagram, and you can barely see it here, but don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and go over that with you in a minute. And here are the written instructions. Alright, so let me show you it worked up in 3 different ways. First, this one is in the comfy cotton, and it has a lot of different colors in it, and it looks pretty, but you can barely see the pattern. Okay, this is one way, here's the other way. Then the next one I'm going to show you is done in cotton. This is the sugar and cream cotton, and it has like 2 colors in it, but it's still just in the green, and you can see it a little bit better. You can see where it's crossed over. Okay, that's why they call it that. This is the other side, and it doesn't come across quite as well. So I think there's a front and a back side. This is the solid color, and you can definitely see every other row you're seeing the crossover. And here's the crossover on this side. So in this pattern lends itself better, I would think, this is just my opinion, would lend itself best in the solid color, and then the second best would be in the tonal colors, and I don't think it works up as well. I mean, the colors are very pretty, but you're having a hard time seeing the pattern in this particular colorway. So here we are. We're going to work on this particular yarn. It's just a red heart yarn, the Super Saver, and we're going to start with what the book directs us to, okay? And it says even number of stitches plus 1, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do an even number of stitches and add 1. What I'm going to suggest to you is when you have your yarn picked out, let's just do a little swatch. Okay, let's not worry about an actual what you're going to make. Let's just practice this for a little bit, okay? So let's get our yarn, and what we're going to do is a slip knot. Now everybody has a different way, it seems like, making a slip knot, but basically what I say, it's like you're going to make a knot, but instead of pulling it all the way through, you're just going to bring it up like this. Okay, let me try that again. For those of you that are new to the slip knot, you have your end, and you're going to turn it around, bring that little end through as if you were going to bring it all the way through, but just draw up that part. All right? Now, if you need to pause the video, pause the video until you can get that down, and then we're going to start. Okay? Now, I'm making it loose enough to go up and down here, but not so loose that I see a big hole like this. You don't want a big hole like this, but you also don't want it so tight that it's hard to push up and down. You want it to be nice and loose, okay? Loosey-goosey on this first chain, okay? So, I want you just to count as you're drawing up. You're drawing up your yarn over and draw through. You've just made a chain. Yarn over, draw through. You've just made another chain. Yarn over, draw through, chain number 3. Let's do this a couple more times until we get to 10. All right? And I'm going very slow. If you're a seasoned crocheter, just fast forward through this. I'm going to count to see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do it 2 more times. 1, 2. Now I have an even number of stitches, but I need to add 1 more. So 1 more. All right? Now, I want to show you, because this is something we're going to be learning when you start reading patterns. It's going to say chain this or double chain or in the first, second, third chain from the hook. Okay? Do you see that this hook has this piece of yarn, the hook has that piece of yarn around it? I'm going to tighten it up just slightly, but we're never going to count that stitch. So, in the third chain from the hook, so this would be number 1, 2, 3. So in that chain, we're going to do a half double. All right. This is not difficult, but I want you to learn this is what we're going to be doing this entire pattern. You're going to loop up as if you were going to do a double crochet. You're going to go into that loop that we just counted and then pull up another loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to draw up the loop. Now normally we would go through all 3. Let's just do that, okay? Draw through all 3 loops just to get the hang of what a half double looks like. And now you see it has 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. Draw up a loop, insert your hook into the next available loop. See, we've already used this one right here, so we're going to go into the next one, which is right there. You've already yarned over right here. You're going to go through that next loop, draw up, and then loop over again and draw through all 3. How we doing? We doing okay? Let's try a couple more. Yarn up over, put your hook in the next loop, draw through. Now remember, let's just stay all nice and loose so you don't have you can even let this go if you want to, just so that you have this, so that you know which yarn to use. If it's nice and big, that's fine. Yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Are you seeing a little bit of a pattern here? Let's try again. Yarn over, put your hook through the next loop, draw through, yarn over, and then all 3 loops. Okay. How about you go ahead and finish up that row, and we'll meet back on the other side.